Well, breaking news then. Welcome back to the final whistle. Ruud van Nistelrooy sacked by Leicester City Football Club this morning. And Ruud's gone and Leicester City need a new manager. Let's be fair. Let me know your thoughts on the news. This one feels like a very much one that's been coming quite quickly, to be honest. Leicester City have took their time to sack Ruud van Nistelrooy. And now Ruud's gone. And Leicester City have finally made the decision. This should have been done weeks ago. Let's be fair. As soon as we got relegated, that should have been it. See you later. Pay the compensation. See you. And we're not going to talk again. So, let me know your thoughts on Ruud van Nistelrooy leaving Leicester City then with immediate effect. Or they call it mutual consent, don't they, these days. But I think this one's been a very long one coming. Hello, Renee. How are we? It's a great day. I mean, I thought there was waiting for July the 1st. I mean, if they'd sacked him on his birthday, Jesus. I mean, that would have been a fucking birthday and a half, wouldn't it? You're all right, Ruud. Happy birthday, mate. We've sent you a tweet. Yeah, now you're sacked. Get out the door. Do you know what I mean? He'd have threw the birthday cake straight back at him. Hello, Jack. Hello, how are we? If anyone wants to come and give me their views on Ruud, feel free. Let's have a chat. Couldn't wait till July the 1st then. Well, this needed doing. This needed doing quite quickly, to be honest. We've been waiting for Top to make a move on this chessboard, by the way. And now he's gone. Van Nistelrooy sacked, and it's bloody about time. News at last. Well, it proves this is working. It proves the fax machine and whatever is working at Leicester City. Do you know? Hi, Jack. Hope they have someone ready to come in. Do you know what? I hope it's Danny Rowe. I do. Is it Sean Dyche? Who bloody knows at this point with Leicester City? We probably ain't got anyone lined up, to be fair. We'll probably just leave Andy King in charge for a bit till they find a new manager. At least the new manager will be training from day one. Well, this is what you hope for, isn't it? This is what you hope for. Payday and Ruud starts great day. Well, this is what we've been waiting for. A very long time in the making. Van Nistelrooy sacked. It's not that I'm happy about it. It's just I'm happy that they've finally made a move, that they've actually done what they needed to do. Because this club takes the piss. Let's be fair. This club is very much decision-making isn't its best asset. Let's be fair. We'll get Reece on shortly. I don't know where he's bloody gone. And Danny Rowe, well, that could happen quite quickly as well. Paying him off July the 1st, that's his birthday present. Yeah, we've given him his £4 million early birthday present. Lovely. It'll be a couple of days next week before they pay him with solicitors going through things. Exactly, Steve. Yeah. Hi, Jack. I think it was a good decision by the club. A good decision that should have been made weeks ago, mate. At the best of Ruud, always liked him. Just can't understand he didn't go to the fans one time to thank them, if you know what I mean, mate. That guy turned his back more times than the bloody door when it shuts. Do you know what I'm saying? That guy would never come to the away end. He wouldn't applaud us. He'd always turn his back and go straight down the tunnel. I don't think he handles confrontation quite well. Sean Dyche, please. Eventually, a late but expected outcome. Yeah. Let's go. Happy bloody Friday. Welcome, Danny Rowe. Well, Danny Rowe is still in talks with Sheffield Wednesday's board, isn't he, to contract. Sean Dyche is on a free, which is going to cost us money. Michael Carrick is on a free. He's out there. So it depends now who we're actually getting lined up here, because I don't bloody know. I'm kind of bloody frustrated. Dyche is at JD getting some new boots. Well, Sean Dyche is a strong character. Is this what Leicester City need? Percy's article. Well, I tell you what. Has Percy's article actually come out? Has he brought an article out? John Percy this morning. What I don't know is, this is what Ruud says to the Leicester fans. I would like to personally thank Leicester City's players, coach, academy, and all the staff I've worked with for their professionalism. Jesus Christ. I think I need to put my laptop on charge. I've gone on a bloody live stream, and if I lose you lot due to my bloody laptop, I'm sorry. I'm bloody quick to this bloody news. Right. And dedicated during my time at the club, and thank you to the fans for their support, and take their opportunity to wish the club well for the future. All the best, Ruud. Ruud van Nistelrooy excluded Yannick Vestergaard and Winks from his plans after they both refused to stay at the training ground overnight. Ruud was stunned by some of the resistance he encountered from players over simple things like strength and conditioning. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to... I tell you what, I'll get the article up. I tell you what, we'll go through it together. How about I bloody pay for this article, or get it on a free and we'll read it. Let me get John Percy's article up and then we'll read it. How about that? How about we read the article together? You know, I know a lot of people don't really pay for the, the article and that. Shocking Wedge treated manager, but that doesn't surprise anyone anymore. Well, let me get John Percy's article up so we can all read it together. Let me have a look. Let me click it, see if it actually lets me do what I want it to do. Right, here we go. Ruud van Nistelrooy was treated appallingly by Leicester. Premier League legend deserved better. Wow. This is John Percy's article, by the way. Let me share my screen so everyone can have a read. Right. I know everyone don't pay for the bloody Telegraph, so we're going to do it together. Right. If my internet's good, give me a thumbs up while I'm reading this. As an Everton fan, I feel Dyche would take you up and then stabilise. You probably would. Tuscan Fox, how are we, mate? Are you well? You get time to start the next chapter. Let's do this, Jack. You look good. I hope you're losing weight safely. I am. Danny Rowe apparently didn't turn up to training yesterday. Well, I heard he probably has gone around the training ground. Ruud wanted to get paid off from the Brentford game. Should have gone after that. Yeah. Get Dyche in. If we get promoted, then we can go forward. Do you think Danny Rowe will take over? That's the $1 million question. Who next for Leicester City? I mean, we've had more managers than anything, you know. Leicester City have probably changed managers more than I've had haircuts. I remember that season when we'd had 6 managers. You had Martin Allen and bloody Gary Megson and Ian Holloway and bloody, I don't know. Probably be a manager we've never thought of. Exactly. Let's have a look at this. Gained nothing, then sacking Ruud early. Exactly. I feel sorry for him, really. He was treated badly by the club. Be interesting to get a side on all the broken promises he made. Well, funny thing is, Matt, I'm going to read you the article. We're going to go through the article together. Can everyone see the article on my screen? Is it big enough for everyone to sort of read? Let me know so I know. Right. Here we go. I don't want a bloody 3-month offer. Right. What am I doing? I need to sign in. That'd be a bloody great thing, wouldn't it? Let me stop sharing my screen a sec so I can sign into the bloody... Because if I give my thing away, my password and that, someone will end up signing in. I'll end up getting robbed. That's not good, is it? Getting robbed while I'm on here. Where is it? What am I looking for? That. Right, here we go. Right. Oh, good, Matt. Good. Claim the 3-month offer, Jack. Yeah, I can see it in the article. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Wilder. Fucking hell. If it's bloody Chris Wilder, mate, dinosaur football. Right, let me get this article up for everyone. So John Percy's obviously put an article together. Now I'm not going to get robbed live on air. Fantastic. I don't want to download that. Thank you very much. Ruud van Nistelrooy was treated appallingly by Leicester. We're going to have a look at his statement in a minute. Ruud van Nistelrooy has left Leicester City as the club prepared to rebuild for the Championship. The relegated Midland side have parted ways with Van Nistelrooy by mutual consent just days before the first team squad arrive for pre-season. Van Nistelrooy's future has been in doubt for weeks after the Dutchman failed to prevent Leicester from dropping out of the Premier League. The Man United legend, 48, has been backed at his Netherlands base before holidaying in Spain, growing increasingly frustrated over a lack of clarity. Well, you're talking to bloody Top and Rookie at this point, aren't you? That's the thing. Right. However, Leicester have finally informed Ruud van Nistelrooy of the decision that they'll be parting ways. Sheffield Wednesday, Danny Rowe will emerge as a possible target despite fears over the amount of compensation required if he remains at the rival club Sheffield Wednesday. Sources have dismissed the prospect of former Everton and Burnley manager Sean Dyche taking charge. So it's not going to be Sean Dyche. From my understanding of what John Percy is saying here, if he remains at the rival Championship club, sort of dismissed the prospect of Sean Dyche. So Sean Dyche is not coming. They've dismissed the actual thought of Sean Dyche coming to Leicester City. That's been dismissed. John Percy has put it in his article. Sean Dyche is not happening. So Danny Rowe has emerged as a possible target for Leicester City. Interesting. So, he was lucky to get the job, exactly. But yeah, Sean Dyche, like it states, bloody hell, stop messaging me. Sources have dismissed the prospect. So Sean Dyche is not happening. That's been confirmed by thingy. If I can't get Danny Rowe in charge, I'm going to flip. Well, I've done more flips in a swimming pool, didn't done that, but I've seen Danny Rowe before. Come, Ruud came in. Hope we can get him in. Well, Reese, if you want to come in and have a chat, mate, we'll go through the rest of the article. We'll chat about Ruud. Roll was 7-4 yesterday. Well, the odds are going to stack up now, aren't they? With people, you know how you know how it works. You know how it all works with the bookies. The things always go up, don't they? And the odds become clearer, don't they, when you bet on something? I'd come in, but hitting, yeah, exactly. Danny Sausage Roll could be happening. Who knows? But Reese, if you're going to come in, mate, let me know so I can bring you in straight away. Van Nistelrooy replaced Steve Cooper in November, but was unable to inspire a revival, losing 19 of his 27 matches. Do you know what? The amount of ability defeats last season, I think I lost count. Leicester also failed to score in home in 9 successive league matches, which was a top-flight record. Van Nistelrooy was promised 3 signings in January window, but he was only able to bring in 1 recruit, Woyo Koulibaly from Parma, because of the club's financial restrictions. Typical, isn't it? Promise someone something and not stuck to your word. But he's also worked with a poorly constructed and unbalanced squad who securely only 6 wins in the league all season in all competition. Leicester were hit with 3 charges by the Premier League last month and are facing a hefty points deduction at some stage next season. Jesus Christ, man. They're not nice to us, are they? Damien Duff. Bloody hell. I can see somebody nobody's heard of coming. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Knowing these bloody Rookin and bloody what's his name? Rookin and top, they'll probably re-appoint bloody Claude Puel or something. Ruud himself should have known this outcome weeks ago, given his poor performance during the season. Exactly that. Van Nistelrooy leaves after just 210 days in charge. Bloody hell, is it that long? And once again, the scrutiny should extend in Leicester's board, though. The Dutchman performed impressively at PSV. As in usual with Leicester, we will never receive an explanation over their reasons, as senior officials always decline to speak to the media. John, you're not wrong. This is what we've been asking for. It's like asking for a Christmas present from Santa at Christmas. We ain't getting it. We ain't getting it. There should be some sympathy for Ruud van Nistelrooy. He waited for weeks for clarity despite frequent requests, and this is an appalling way to be treated. Yeah, I agree. The club have handled it poorly, mate, to be fair. I agree. They've handled it poorly. He took over a club in a difficult position and was denied their signings in January. He felt he could improve their survival chances. One lone player before his arrival, Odsonne Edouard, did not have a recall option in the deal agreed. Typical rookie. Typical dealing, that. Typical. That was one of the poorest loan signings I've ever seen in how we've dealt it. We've not played him. We've handed him big wages. Unbelievable. 90 grand a week, by the way. Man, so there was an opportunity to bring in another loan. Van Nistelrooy tried to improve high standards. He excluded Harry Winks and Yannick Vestergaard from his plans after they declined to stay one night a week at the training ground. Well, it is understood he was stunned by some of the resistance he encountered from players over simple things like strength and conditioning. This is the problem with Seagrave. This is the problem. You've got players who are not doing what they're told. We need a strong character in there. Sort this bloody mess out. If Nigel Pearson were in that training ground, yeah, he'd have none of it. None of it. I think you should just get him on one visit. Danny Rowe 7-4, Michael Carrick 4-1, Gary O'Neill 10-1, Rosenia 10-1. Yeah, fantastic. No, I agree. Winks and Vestergaard back in the fold now then. Yeah, probably will, to be fair. Bloody hell. Honestly, right. Leicester. So let's have a look at this. So Jeremy Monger, 15-year-old, signed a new contract for big reasons in pathway presented him by Ruud van Nistelrooy. Results, however, were simply not good enough. Despite improvements late in the campaign when the pressure were off, perhaps Van Nistelrooy will flourish somewhere else at a more stable club. Yeah. He was professional to the end, devoid of ego and always personable. Leicester are now facing an uncertain future in the Championship with owners King Power embroiled in financial issues in Thailand. With fears over a hefty points deduction next season, it does not promise to get any easier. Leicester need to examine themselves more than anything else right now. There we go, John Percy. So, unbelievable. Absolutely. That it really is a dark sort of article by John Percy. A lot of strong words in that article. Sorry as I drink my protein shake. Yeah, very strong words by John Percy in that article, by the way. A lot needs to change. A lot's happening. And how do we plan for the Championship when we don't know what's happening with the EFL in the Premier League? Like John Percy said, a hefty points deduction is coming our way. How many points? Who knows? But I just think they're going to want to make statements out of Leicester City to say, you know what? Any of you teams come at us anymore, you lot are getting it as well. And people say, yeah, but what about Man City? Is it too late to get Danny? Don't you even dare. Don't you dare, Terry. Terry, do you know what? We were enjoying our morning until you come up with things like that, Terry. That is unbelievable. That is just not good enough, Terry, by your standards, mate. Nigel Pearson, Wednesday legend, he is. We are, well, yeah, exactly. Kick them off the stream, Jack. Mate, honestly, someone mentioned Danny Ward. Man's leaving on a free on Monday. Jesus, they've got the suitcases ready. Do you know what I mean? But, unbelievable. Let's get this Leicester City statement up. Let's have a look. See what the club is saying. I mean, they haven't said a lot, have they? So I'm not expecting a lot in this statement. Probably one paragraph, and that's about it. When the bloody page loads, it'd be fantastic. Oh, there we go. There we go. Lovely. They finally made some news, some fun. It's worse news for. This is the worst news for a Friday. Nobody don't know how many points. They've not written the rule book yet. Exactly. They're going to make a mockery of us. We've been in League One before. Look what happened. It did. We have been in League One before. I remember them days. Cheltenham away, Southend United away. Remember them, Paul? You remember them, dear? Mate, do you know what? That was mad. That was a mad season. Scunthorpe United away. I was there. Tranmere and who else did we play? Play Oldham and teams like that. And that's mad, honestly. It is crazy. It really is. 61 of you in. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively, honestly. It'd help me out massively. Let's try and get it on X so everyone else can come in and have a chat. But yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy is sat by Leicester City. Unbelievable. Let's see what everyone else is saying in the media, actually, before I pull up this statement. Let me have a look what the media is saying today. What's my good mate Rob Tanner saying? Ruud is gone. Yeah. It was a question of when, not if. Ruud would leave Leicester City. It's now the question of why it took so long. PSR returned pre-season on Monday without a manager with several backroom staff gone. Jelly will follow. It is certainly not ideal. That's my mate Rob Tanner, by the way, from The Athletic. Big up my mate Rob. It is crazy. Leicester was set up to fail by an anonymous board, financial restrictions, and players who refused to buy into his high standards. Well, that's strong words again. That's strong words again. It's just bloody madness. It's like the Koulibaly deal. Do you know what? That guy had so much passion about him. Do you get what I mean? That guy had so much passion. He puts in one big challenge, a strong challenge on that Brentford player, and he's dropped completely. Do you know what? That squad last season needed toughness. Players who will get stuck in no matter what, who will leave everything out on the pitch. And this is what the issue was. We never had players like that. We didn't really have a leader. I don't know. Very true, Jack. Under or over a 20-point deduction. If we get over, mate, we might as well start planning for mid-table. Wouldn't be shocked to see top go for Carrick. Not good. Hi, Jack. What about a good Aussie like Ange? The question is, Perth. I don't think Ange Postecoglou would take Leicester City unless we offered him big money. If we offered him big money, which I'm bloody fed up of these bloody wage things and everything when we talk about wages, because all these players are getting paid big wages, yeah, and we don't learn by our lessons. If we offered Ange a massive contract, he might consider, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's not going to drop. You would imagine that by letting Ruud go, we have a next manager ready. You're talking about Leicester City, Dave. Do you remember when Brendan Rodgers got the kick? There were nothing then. Do you get what I mean? We took ages to hire Dean Smith because nobody else would come. We were going to bloody hire Jesse Marsh, for God's sake. That's how bad it was. Sean Dodge. He's not in the running, mate. Rangers, according to John Percy's article, mate, he's not in the running for the Leicester job. Hi, Jack. This should have been done weeks ago. We've given the clubs a head start on us preparing for the new season. I hope we go for Dyche, as I think we might have a bit of Pearson effect. Well, Leicester need a strong character. A strong character manager who will stand no shit, who will sit there and say, you know what, if you're not going to do what you're being told, get out. We'll have you out, and I'll bring players in who will play for me, who will run them yards, who will do the job I'm asking them to do. Do you get what I mean? That is exactly what we need. That type of manager. Ruthless aggression. Goals win games, not defending. Exactly. Never scored enough. Yeah. If Danny Rowe comes in, then Danny Dork and Danny Rowe can, Premier League is not a league that appreciates tough tackling. Or is it just a manager that don't appreciate tough tackling? That's the thing. Bring back Nigel Pearson. Do you know what? Nigel Pearson, would make a great director of football. This is maybe what we need. Someone like Pearson who knows the club in and out, who can do something. You know what I mean? Andy King to take charge pre-season, then appoint a manager. Dave, this is probably the outcome already, that Andy King will take pre-season and then we decide to get a new manager. Because this club never has a trick up the sleeve. Unless Danny Rowe leaves Sheffield Wednesday today and, you know, they've agreed for him to leave and the contract's ended today, maybe Danny Rowe happens. But if it doesn't, then it rolls on, doesn't it? You know what we're like. We know exactly what we are like when it comes to situations. Another nail in the coffin for Leicester City. Let's see in 6 months where you are so pleased to let Ruud van Nistelrooy go. You seriously think they're queuing up to take the job? Keith, do you know what? I don't think anybody would be queuing up to take Leicester's job at the minute, mate. The mess that we're in, you'd be questioning it. You'd be asking a lot of questions before even taking this job, even considering it. But the club won't give you answers. This is the thing, Keith, innit? We don't speak. We don't communicate. So I remember someone was on about Graham Potter before. You know, when we were after Graham Potter, we put all eggs into one basket. He started asking questions and then we were like, yeah, we can't be doing this. We're under pressure here. We're going to get sussed out. The thing is, Ruud deserved to go on the basis of results, the records that were getting broken and all that. He just didn't know what to do, really, did he? And I think any manager would have took us down last season. Let's be fair, whoever we brought in, I don't think we'd have changed anything. I don't think bloody Pep Guardiola would have made a change in this one, Keith, to be fair, mate. Don't fancy Carrick and Man United connection. Danny Rowe has managed Pearson as director of football. On the positive side this season, it's going to be an adventure. Yeah, it is an adventure to Wrexham. Danny Rowe is leaving Sheffield Wednesday. Can Leicester appoint a short-term boss? You need, you know, with every club, they'll always talk about long-term vision, won't they? Well, they bloody spoke about that with Steve Cooper, and that lasted 12 games. But you get my drift. Every club talks about long-term vision and all that, and you know what I mean? It just really does irritate you, doesn't it, when they speak about long-term vision. They offer them these big contracts and then they're gone. I want to see the new manager at Seagrave against Peterborough. That's what I heard on Twitter. Rowe is the future. If Danny Rowe comes in, his first game is against Sheffield Wednesday at home. Well, they probably know more than what we do. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's mad. It's bloody crazy, honestly. It's crazy how this has just transpired today. I honestly thought that they were waiting for July the 1st. Shambolic, apologies, they weren't backed in January and treated with utter contempt by the club. Ruud van Nistelrooy left Leicester City with media effects. Mutual agreement has been reached between two parties. Yeah, I'm reading that. He's gone. What happened with the PSR calendar thing? Spot on. Leicester fans, this is what Henry Winter's saying. Leicester City owe their fans an explanation as to why it took so long to announce the decision of parting company with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Right decision, but why the wait? It was clear a change was needed at the end of the season. Maybe it's to do with a financial calendar on pursuit of a successor, but Ruud didn't. Ruud didn't deserve being left in limbo like this. The fans didn't deserve the uncertainty. Recruitment and outgoings would have been complicated / delayed. Leicester have to get the next appointment right. Much is right about the club's stadium, training ground, fan base, some of the players, academy, community operations, but the mismanagement at board level is deeply frustrating. And Henry Winter's right. Henry Winter is spot on. He is spot on there with exactly what he said. There's a lot of discontent. Daichin, Turfmoor House, hello, how are we, mate? Hope you're well. It's been a while. Leicester got their vision. There's just no vision. There isn't. And if there was a vision, this would have been sorted weeks ago, Dan. But what makes me laugh is the case of they didn't want to sack a manager in this PSR year. 2 managers, in fact. Cooper got sacked and they didn't want to sack another. But now they have. So they're going to have to deal with what's what. Let's be fair. I don't know. No, Dodge. I bet Rudy's laughing all the way to the bank with his payoff. It's probably about, what, £4 million? 4 million? Are you sure the manager will be named within days? You're trusting the club with this, Dave, remember. You're trusting Leicester City, who have struggled to make the right decisions and do everything properly, to make them decisions. So, Dave, I think you could make a better decision, mate. I mean, you seem to shout at the bloody linesmen and that every game. So, you're right for the officiating purpose, Dave, of it. Let's be honest. Did Ruud's Leicester? Yeah, Ruud's been, well, it's mutual consent in it. They'd say bloody Ruud's been sat. The way managers get treated here, we'll end up with a bloody Sunday League manager. Well, might as well bloody do something like that at this point. No one's going to be queuing up, are they? Let's be fair. I'd be surprised. I would very much be surprised that we are. The thing is, what is the project? What is the plan? What are we going to do in the Championship? What's the points deduction going to be? Who are we going to sign? What is the kit going to look like? I don't know. I just physically don't know anymore. I think Ruud's got fed up of being... Exactly. He has. The thing is, Jim, this should have been sorted weeks ago. As soon as we got relegated against Liverpool, they should have said to Ruud, you're not going to be here next season. We will leave you to the Bournemouth game, but you've gone straight after. But what have they done? Ruud's like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. He's probably rang Rookin and Top and blocked his number. The final whistle for manager. Jesus Christ. I don't think they'd want to lose a game if I were in charge. I think I'd get Nigel Pearson bloody effect on them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't stand shit with this. Honestly. I'm better off, Bertie, playing my game on EAFC or Football Manager and that. It's a bit stressful, I'll admit, when players don't want to sign for your club. That's what. I'm not one to offer big wages, I'm sorry. So if you need to go to a club with big wages, yeah, don't come to me because I'm not giving them you. Was they waiting for July the 1st or waiting until they got someone lined up? I don't know. Paul, how are we, mate? Hope you're well. The club must do a matter of high priority. Is to clarity. If King Power is able to continue to run the club in spite of recent reports, yeah. Will King Power still be around is another question. I don't know. There's been a lot of rumours, speculation and that about what's happening at King Power with the airport of Thailand and all that. And who knows what's happening. It just feels like Leicester are a mess and so are King Power at this minute in time. And I don't know. It's crazy. And now it's time for full disclosure from the owner. Exactly. Get the flicking statement out. Ruud was left as manager and spokesman for the club. That's not his job. Well, he spoke more than one bloody what Rookin and Top has. So, next announcement, we've sold the club. Terry, I don't know what's happening, mate. I don't know. The thing is, who next? Do you know what we question this every time? When Enzo left, who next? We got desperate and we made a reaction out of it. We brought Steve Cooper in. We sacked Cooper after 12 games because the players wasn't happy. Things just wasn't working. We bring Van Nistelrooy in. Got worse as it went on. Didn't get backed in January, but had to still work with the tools what he'd got given. We created some horrendous records, by the way. Horrendous in the league. And we'd lost so many games, like 19 and 27. Oh, I can't believe take myself back to last season. But yeah, it's mad. You just feel there's no thought process. It's just we don't react straight away when we need to. We leave it. It's like we're not. It's like we're not proactive, are we? We're reactive. Oh, now it's time to full disclosure. Yeah. Let's all go for an away day to watch Vardy, Sevilla, Rangers, Valencia. Do you know what? That's probably where we'll end up watching Vardy. Keep the faith. I've done that for many years. Not next announcement, Rudkin has been appointed himself to the duo role. Might as well give him the job. Do you know what? Because these sort of types of people have made a mess of it, they should be the ones who manage the players on the pitch, and then they can bring in their own players. And if it don't work, they can blame themselves. Then there will be old accountability. Straight back up. Yeah, mate, with the points deduction, and I don't know what's happening. But we've saved nothing sacking Ruud a week earlier. Well, we haven't. Probably saved a few p, maybe. Saved a few pennies. Probably about £1 or two. But it's interesting now to see who is next at Leicester City. It's frustrating. It is. It's deeply frustrating. And it's just crazy. It is crazy now to what happens. Pre-season's coming. I think the championship season starts 5 weeks today, I believe. I believe the championship season starts in 5 weeks. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks, sorry. 6. Championship starts in 6 weeks' time. Leicester City have got no manager, by the way. And pre-season, we've only got 3 pre-season friendlies. Fiorentina, Peterborough, OH Leuven. We've not planned, have we? Let's be fair. We don't know what's happening with points deduction and that. There's this no kit, so they'll probably play in the training wear or something. Well said, Jack. Was coming through. Hello, Martin. How are we, mate? If they fear losing the club, will they sell assets? And before, I don't know. Weren't we waiting for July for financial stability reasons? What's going on? Caleb, I don't even know what's going on myself, mate. They don't communicate. There's just no communication. They say one thing and then something else happens. Do you get what I mean? We're supposed to have sacked him after July the 1st, according to Alex Cook and everything like that. Sean Dyche was reported in the Sun to be the next one to be lined up. And John Percy's now said that's not happening. Danny Rowe has emerged as one of the interest of Danny Rowe. And like Rob Tanner said the other week to me when he was last on the final whistle, he did say Danny Rowe's the type of manager Leicester would look at. He suits that profile. The only thing what would do Danny Rowe is compensation. But Sheffield Wednesday and Danny Rowe are in talks now to end his contract at Hillsborough, which means if he leaves Sheffield Wednesday today, Leicester City won't have to pay a penny for compensation. He would come to Leicester on a free. It just feels like everything's just worked out that way. I don't know. I don't know what everyone else is thinking. We've got Sheffield Wednesday first game of the season. We'll end up with Derby's reserve free agents. Mark Robbins, he used to be, yeah. I wonder if they're told to bring their own kit on Monday. Probably are. They'll be plenty wearing some bloody Nike Air Forces and that, knowing them, right? And playing football in them. We need to forget this fits the profile. We're not an attractive club. Do you know what frustrates me the most is what style of football do you want to play? What is the way in what you want to develop going forward? This is the biggest frustration as well, because we went from Enzo Ball, possession based. It did win you games. It got us up. He come in, did the job. You went from Enzo Ball to Steve Cooper Ball, low block football, sit back and just hope for the best. Ruud van Nistelrooy's football is what? Defend but can't defend. Didn't really score many goals. Concede a lot more than what he's scoring and go without scoring. And then change it from a 4 at the back to a 5 at the back and then go back to a 4 again. I don't know. Dave, who is John Percy if he's a newspaper? No, he's the man for the Telegraph. He's got obviously links and that, hasn't he, John Percy, who he knows. Rumour has it, Ruud agreed to mutual consent, so has not cost Leicester City financially. Oh, is that true? That's good. Saves some bloody money, doesn't it? MOT, how are we, fella? Hope you're good, mate. Hope you are good, Matty B. Timing seems confusing, although announced. I would hope contract terminations predated to 1st July. I think that can be done. It can. If Ruud's left by mutual consent and they've just mutually shook on it, and he said, you know what, I'm not waiting anymore. There's the door. Maybe we have saved ourselves money, and maybe he felt sorry for us. I bet we're now attractive to Ruud. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That is extortionate. You even thinking that process, armchair mate. That's not funny. I am confused. I am confident Ruud will lead us to win the championship. It's easy with the quality. Ruud van Nistelrooy has been sacked. He ain't leading us nowhere. The only place he's going to be leading back to is the bloody compensation and that. He ain't be leading our team. He'll probably be leading someone else when they need a manager. I mean, Burnley will probably need a manager when Scott Parker gets sacked next season, so he'll probably go there. Yes, said on Sky Sports, mutual consent, but a settlement has been agreed. Exactly. I think it's about 3, maybe 4 million. It's going to cost a bit. But the thing is, with Leicester coming down to the championship, his payoff were cheaper. But how cheap is a bloody question, Ronnie, to be fair, mate. But I hope you will. First away match, Blackpool for the weekend. Yeah. Preston away, eh? Preston away, Martin. It's great, isn't it? Apparently, United have offered Ruud a job as Maguire's boot cleaner. It probably is. Tell you what, when Ruben Amorim's probably sacked from Man United, he'll probably go back there again to save them. You know what they're like? They kept him like 4 games. Probably taking his payoff in duty-free goods. Probably has. Probably that's the only way they could have paid. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just glad this news has actually happened now. What we do need to do is get a manager in who can now get his own players in, get rid of the players that he doesn't want, get his own backroom staff in, play the style of football that apparently we want, and just get going. Plan for the championship, for God's sake, because we're running out of time. We're 6 weeks away from the start of the championship. Well, Leicester's not 6 weeks in 2 days, but that's not the point. How about Connor Cody and Mavidida? Will they leave? I think they... Was it true that Atalanta signed Sugawara from Southampton? Is it 17.5 million euros? Jesus Christ. It's like 4 point... I think they got like a 15% sell-on clause as well. Is Sugawara and... is he a winger? Is he a winger, Sugawara? I know they're looking on Lookman, getting money for him. Cody will go to Rangers. Well, Black Guy bloody talks too much, man. Let's get new shirts out and some serious sponsorship. Well, BC Game is one that's an odd one, Terry. It's been removed from the website. BC Game removed Leicester City. I don't know. If your mate role is manager, will he bring in Barry Bannon in his first signing free agent? Not a chance. Not a chance. And he ain't my mate. I don't know him, so I can't physically say we're friends. Would I take him as Leicester manager? I would, yeah. But I would have also took Daichi. But I don't know. He's not... I'm not bloody... You asked me this question yesterday. You're 100% in the thinking of Danny Rowe. I'm not. I could think of other managers. I'm just thinking about what the names are actually out there. Is my thinking. That's my thought process. It's not bloody 100% behind Danny Rowe. Cody was on last night for that. No, I'm not surprised, man. Not surprised. Should have asked him about Rangers. He'd probably had talked about that as well. Oh, what a great club. Now the manager's gone, get Winks back. He will boss the championship. Yeah. That was always one there, wasn't it? Marty Cifuentes' link now dropped to 3-1 from 9-1. We're talking about Cifuentes, who started well at QPR and then it went sour. It went west. Did he supposedly wanted to go to West Brom? I don't know. But yeah, he's out of a job as well. Michael Carrick's out of a job. What other managers are out of a job? There's got to be quite a few. It's going to be quite a few out of a job. I don't know. It's the thought process that bloody gets you in this mess, isn't it? Let's be fair. I just don't know. I just don't know who the bloody next manager is going to be. Let me have a look to see if some of the names have actually come up now. Let's have a look. Well, Odds Checker's not got out up yet. They've not got anything. I'm just starting to have a look, see if they've got any odds on of who could be next. No, they've got nothing. I think they'll bring everything out though soon. Well, you'd think so. But Henry Winter's spot on what he said. The thing is, this whole bloody thought process probably will be Mr. Bean. We'll end up with manager from Tesco's. Do you know what? Next time when I pop into Asda, I say, do you fancy the Leicester job? If they say what you're going to pay me, I say, I'll pay you some Asda goods. Wagner. Is that the ex-Huddersfield manager? David Wagner, who managed Norwich. Norwich fans hated him. What a complete waste of 6 months. I know. It's madness, isn't it? Colbrand would have been nice last season, mate. Yeah, exactly. I'd have took Colbrand at Leicester, but you know what Leicester were like? They're being stingy, weren't they? We're not paying £4 million. We're not paying £4 million. Well, what are you paying? What are you paying? That is the thing. It's just mad. But guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed this stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. The more news we get on managers and that, we will come on here and talk about it with you lot. You guys mean a lot. So, yeah. If you could support us, that would be fantastic. Dart's now 47 on the list, published 10 minutes ago. What's that on? I'm going to have to go and have a look. But yeah, Van Nistelrooy leaves Leicester City by mutual consent then, as the Foxes now look for a new manager. Who next? Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're up to. Happy Friday, and I'll catch you soon.